families, friends, students, faculty. Thank you so much for being here for this year's senior convocation. We're here today to recognize the beginning of a journey for the class of 2037 and the beginning of an end for the class of 2025. My advice to you kindergartners is to have as much fun as you can while you are here and cherish every moment you have while you spend your time at the Montgomery Academy, because it goes by pretty quick, maybe too quick. And to my senior class, we're almost done. I can remember when we were sitting in these chairs 13 years ago, thinking to ourselves, it's going to be a million years before we would get to this moment. But we're here now, and we have one more year left. So let's make it the best one yet. I hope everyone has an amazing school year, and go Cardinal. Now, if everyone could please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Thank you so much to our senior class president, Ethan Yee, for that lovely welcome message. Good morning, MA. I am so excited to welcome you to our convocation ceremony. What a beautiful thing that we have just witnessed, to watch our youngest students process into this space together with our oldest students as we begin another year in the life of the Montgomery Academy. We welcome our kindergarten parents, our senior parents, our students and our faculty in grades 5 through 12. We welcome our kindergarten teachers. And I stand before you today with our amazing division directors, Ms. Housley, Ms. Lavelle, and Ms. Deal, to officially launch the 2024-2025 school year. It's a great day at MA. At this time, it is my pleasure to welcome our student government president, John Alford, to come forward and share his reflections on his MA journey.
In their famous song, Fly Like an Eagle, the Steve Miller Band sang, "Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle and let my spirit carry me." The Montgomery Academy creates leaders committed to honor, scholarship, service, and the pursuit of excellence. Today, I am honored to share with you a glimpse into the journey of a class that has done just that. 13 years ago, the class of 2025 walked through the lower school's blue doors, both excited and nervous for what lay ahead. Very quickly, we learned that MA was a place we'd be proud to call home. And since then, the class of 2025 has truly soared like an eagle. As kindergartners, we began to read our first books. We played games at stations. We tried our hardest to get a glimpse of the grown-up first graders playing on the big kid playground, and we sang "I Like School" more times than I could count. Like Hogwarts students, we were sorted into Cardinal and Navy, instantly creating a career-long rivalry that nearly dwarfs Alabama and Auburn. Roll Tide. There's no better time to look back on than our beach day, our Thanksgiving feast, our kindergarten plays, and so many other memories that we will carry with us for the rest of our lifetime. Our progression through the lower school was a transformative experience for our class. We spent less time playing and more time learning. We were met with many more challenges, like timed math quizzes, AR reading, and somehow both the best and the worst memory from the lower school, the marathon run. But with these challenges came more opportunities to succeed. In the 4th grade, much like today, we were the big dogs on campus. And we were introduced to a new revolutionary idea, moving between multiple classes in one day. How crazy was that? And in the 5th grade, we were thoroughly surprised to learn that we would be staying at the lower school for another year. So once again, we were the big dogs on campus. Regardless, we tackled another year at the lower school with no problem, and we were ready to move on to the middle school. With a new campus, 7 different periods each day, teachers we had never met before, and the independence to move freely between classes, we certainly had our work cut out for us here. And with that came all new worlds of courses, concepts, and yes, homework. Ms. Parvin gave us the unfortunate information that alphabet letters can somehow be incorporated into mathematical equations, something I still find hard to understand. Ms. Qualia required that we take notes while she taught world history, and Ms. Pickett had us write a college-level research paper in the 8th grade. Perhaps my most fond memory of middle school was in Mr. Thomas's science class, where we simultaneously learned the periodic table, talked politics, and he and I shared some of our favorite moments from the show The Office and Advisory. In the 7th grade, we were allowed to participate in school sports, and I can say with pride and 100% confidence that the class of 2025 has produced some of the best athletes that this school has ever seen. I remember being excited for my first varsity tennis season in the 7th grade spring, and then COVID came around and flipped our whole world upside down. We had to adapt to virtual schooling, social distancing, wearing masks everywhere we went, and feeling like a supervillain if you coughed in public. Nonetheless, we pressed on, and we were fortunately back to normal by the second half of our freshman year. At least the class of 2025 will quite literally be in the history books. And in an instant, we were teleported into high school. This has been the most challenging, yet rewarding, and enjoyable journey I have ever experienced. With the introduction of new clubs and activities, a newfound school spirit, and God knows AP classes, high school was truly a brand new chapter in each and every one of our lives. As freshmen, we finally got to be a true part of Friday Night Lights, cheering on our classmates from the student section, losing our voices every week, and fully experiencing Trinity Hate Week. Yet again, we were a class characterized by adaptability. We so generously shared our freshman dance with the grade above us who didn't have it due to COVID, and we were the first high schoolers to go to Washington, D.C. That trip was truly crazy, with delayed and then canceled flights, long bus drives, being stranded at Golden Corral for 4 hours, and, of course, getting to see some of America's greatest monuments. Let me tell you, you don't truly feel like a family until you're trapped on a Trailways bus for 12 hours. As sophomores, we began to drive to school, giving us a new level of independence, along with a much-needed leg workout every morning in the form of MA's beautiful bridge right out there on Vaughn Road. And I think we can all agree that junior year was probably the most challenging we've had, at least academically. But pressure has truly made diamonds. All the teachers know that the class of 2025 is the best class to roll around in quite a while. We are also the biggest grade in the high school, with 72 students, and I'm grateful to each and every one of them who has joined us along the way. The class of 2025 has produced college commits and or state champions in volleyball, basketball, football, tennis, golf, soccer, the list goes on. We've done the same in academia, producing state champions and national contenders in speech and debate, science Olympiad, mock trial, youth legislature, and mathematics competitions, etc. The class of 2025 has the most honor society inductees, honor roll members, and AP scholars. We have put paintings in museums, shows on stage, names on trophies, and fear in every Trinite's heart. And now we're here. On our first day, we've made it to the home stretch, and I'm so excited to see what we'll do next. And now I'd like to issue a challenge to the class of 2037. That's a big number. And every student in between. What will you do? What will your SGA president get up here and tell the MA community? What path will you leave behind? What legacy will you leave to each and every student here at MA? Will you settle for mediocrity, or will you pursue excellence? Each and every day I walk into school, I'm surrounded by future scientists, politicians, doctors, artists, engineers, and servant leaders who persistently fulfill our mission statement. So, will you do the same? And while I'm here, I've got to get something off my chest. A confession, if you will. I've always had just one problem with our mission statement. The class of 2025 doesn't pursue excellence. Excellence pursues the class of 2025. Remember, time keeps on slipping into the future. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle and let my spirit carry me. So soar, eagle, soar.
Thank you, John, for sharing your reflections with your classmates and with us all. And thank you for your leadership of our student body and your deep engagement in so many different aspects of our school life. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to recognize all of our student leaders here at MA. Specifically, I want to express my deep appreciation to the members of our SGA, our class officers, our honor council members. I am so appreciative for all of that you do, all of the club leaders, the officers, team captains, and other leadership positions on campus. But please remember, though, that leadership here isn't confined to those who hold positions of authority. Here at MA, we believe that you are all leaders. You have the capacity to move communities forward by engaging in communities, respecting and appreciating the differences that exist within communities, serving the communities, and helping to coordinate the needs of others. This morning, we are also excited to recognize the many new faces who are joining us, both in the student body and in the faculty. And I encourage everyone here to help all those who are new in our community to adjust to life here as a member of this vibrant community of learning. And I also want to issue a warm welcome to our fifth graders who are experiencing their first day here on the Vaughan Road campus. Let's welcome them. And we wish you a wonderful middle school experience. On Sunday night, millions of people watched from across the globe as the Olympic flame was extinguished in Paris, bringing an end to over 2 weeks of the highest levels of athletic competition. I don't know about you, but I'm always a little sad when the Olympics come to an end. Call me a little idealistic, but I just love the concept of people coming from all over the world, from many backgrounds, representing their nations with pride to compete, but also coming together in the spirit of unity and common humanity. Over 16 days, hundreds of competitors from all over the world came to Paris to compete. Some left as medalists, most did not. But no matter what happens, over the course of their life from this point, all who competed will be considered Olympians. They've reached the pinnacle of achievement in their respective fields. They are excellent. What allowed these individuals to achieve this level of success in their athletic careers? Noted author Brad Stulberg published an essay in the New York Times last week in which he analyzed what the Olympics can teach us about excellence, and specifically the pursuit of excellence. Any article that has that phrase is going to catch my attention. I want to encourage you to listen carefully to this sentence from his essay. Excellence is not perfection or winning at all costs. It is a deeply satisfying process of becoming the best performer and person you can be. You pursue goals that challenge you, put in an honest effort, endure highs, lows, and everything in between, and gain respect for yourself and others. He pointed out to so many stories, from Simone Biles to pole vaulter Mondo Duplantis to sprinter Noah Lyles, that demonstrated the importance of process in Olympic success. I love the fact that he boils down the definition of excellence as process. Here at MA, Our school motto, the pursuit of excellence, reminds us that process is important. We live in a society that sometimes values product over process, rapid output over the struggle of creation, and taking the easy route over the friction that often accompanies hard work. But it turns out that truly pursuing excellence requires commitment to an ongoing process of becoming your best self. This morning, I want to take a few more moments to talk about the positive virtue of the learning process as a way of reminding us of why we are all here. As our mission states, we exist as a school to develop leaders committed to honor, scholarship, service, and the pursuit of excellence. Students, as you engage in that process that begins in kindergarten and for many extends over 13 years here to your senior year, I want to explore answers to this question. What do we need to focus on for this learning process, this pursuit, to be as productive as it could possibly be? For you as students to be the best version of yourselves in the years to come. First of all, I believe that we need to focus on fundamentals. All of the athletes who demonstrated the highest level of skill at the Olympics possess strong fundamentals in their respective disciplines. And as I see it, there are 3 layers of fundamentals that will help in the ongoing pursuit of excellence here at MA. First of all, we have to focus on skill development. In today's world, it's often to think that fundamentals don't matter much anymore. When we look around and we see the development of these large language models that seemingly can do the basics for us, it's tempting to think that, well, we don't really need those fundamentals. We can be lured into a sense that perhaps we just don't need to know certain skills anymore. And while, yes, technology can make life easier for us sometimes, we are better off if we still possess the fundamental skills needed to understand how the technology is working and how to harness its power for good. Salman Khan, founder of Khan Academy and a major supporter of recent developments in artificial intelligence, agrees. In his new book, Brave New Worlds, Khan contends that rather than eliminating the need for fundamentals of skill, success in navigating the world of AI will require greater levels of proficiency in fundamental skills. He writes, "The successful workers of the future will be those with deep and broad skills. The 3 R's of reading, writing, and arithmetic are more important now than ever. On top of that, a solid appreciation of history, art, science, law, and finance will round out someone well." The fundamental skills that you hone here at MA, beginning in kindergarten and culminating in the courses that you take as a senior, will be critical to your pursuit of excellence. And while a fundamental skill set is necessary to achieve excellence, that skill set alone isn't sufficient. Skill must be accompanied by 2 fundamental habits of thought: curiosity and care. These 2 habits of thought create the space where fundamentals of skill can blossom. Curiosity is what leads us to explore a skill set in the first place, and care is what allows for the sustained effort of the skill to be developed. Michael Bungay-Stanier, best-selling author of The Coaching Habit and the Advice Trap, contends that curiosity is critical in leadership development. He writes, "Curiosity is a superpower. Curiosity is the foundation practice. By engaging in curiosity as a repeatable, deliberate behavior, the 3 virtues of mindfulness, empathy, humility emerge. Stay curious, and you will change the way you lead forever." I hope that the classrooms at MA will ignite your curiosity in the time to come about our world and our universe. I also want to encourage you to develop your capacity for care, both for yourself and for others who surround you. Care involves putting in the sustained effort needed to develop your capacity for curiosity and for your fundamental skills. This summer, Roger Federer gave one of the most inspiring commencement speeches I've ever heard. He was speaking at Dartmouth, my grad school alma mater. And in his speech, he expressed some frustration over the fact that people always noted that his play seemed effortless. While those comments were often intended as positive, that he made it look easy, he reminded people that being a top-notch tennis player requires a lot of hard work and care. He wanted his audience to understand that effortless is a myth. He put in hours of work behind the scenes. It takes effort to demonstrate care for yourself, and it also takes care to use our skills to improve the world around us. And as leaders, you have to be willing to look out beyond your own needs and have empathy for the needs of others as well. Care is what will allow you, as our portrait of a graduate states, to unite and motivate others to improve your communities. But finally, before we leave, I have to mention one more area of focus that is critical for the ability to develop these fundamental skills. And that is our collective need to focus on our ability to focus. None of what I have mentioned today would be possible without honing our ability to focus. And unfortunately, we're losing our ability to focus at an alarming rate. I know I made a little news this week in the MA community with the announcement of our new approach to personal electronic devices. And I don't expect everyone here to love the policy change, but I want to assure each and every one of you that the policy is a result of our curiosity about the impact that personal devices are having on the lives of our young people, our deep care for you as students, and for the collective desire for you to build a space where your fundamental skills can be built for the future. We've got to do a better job of managing the impact of personal devices on our lives in order to be able to focus on what's important in our community. These devices are powerful, yes, but we've got to think about that impact. Yes, they can connect us to our fellow human beings and provide us access to information, but they can distract us from the time that we need to develop fundamentals. The great William Shakespeare reminds us in Sonnet 60 that time is the constant limitation of humanity. He writes, "Like as the waves make towards the pebble shore, so do our minutes hasten to their end." We have limited time. How do we want to spend our time? There are many good ways to spend our time, but I tell you, scrolling on a phone is not the best way. Johann Hari tackled this issue in his best-selling book, Stolen Focus. And just bear with me for one more paragraph here. He tells how Asa Raskin, the inventor of the technology, the inventor of the infinite scroll, came to reject and regret his own invention. He realized this through this stunning statistic when he came to realize how much time it was taking. Listen. At a conservative estimate, he realized, infinite scroll makes you spend 50% more of your time on sites like Twitter. Every day, as a result of his invention, the combined total of 200,000 lifetimes, every moment from birth to death, is now spent scrolling through a screen across the world. Those hours would otherwise have been spent on some other activity. Let that sink in for a moment. Wow. 200,000 lifetimes scrolling every day around the world. What could we do with that time? What books could be read or written? What problems could be solved? What time could be spent with family and friends? If we are able to increase our focus by taking active steps to limit the distractions in the world around us, we will be able to live more fulfilling lives. It is my sincere hope that we can all learn to limit the distractions that constantly surround us so that we can focus on what matters in life. I hope that we will be able to focus on the fundamentals of skill, curiosity, and care, and that will allow us to engage in the ongoing process of the pursuit of excellence here at MA. Seniors, kindergartners, thanks for hanging in there with me. I wish you all in the best in the days to come. We deeply care about you, and we want you to have, as Brad Stolberg notes, a deeply satisfying process of becoming the best performer and person you can be. You can do it. Soar, eagle, soar. And now, we invite a member of the class of 2037, Millie Arrington, to share a message for our senior class from the class of 2037.
Hello, my name is Millie, and I hope you have a good year at MA. I love our senior buddies.
All right, students and everyone else, please stand and let's conclude with the singing of Soar, Eagle, Soar. That concludes our convocation. Have a wonderful year. Go Eagles!